Good morning, students. Hope you all are doing well at your homes. Today, we are continuing the chapter Combustion and Flame. In the previous video, we have done the combustion portion of this chapter, and in that topic, we learnt about what is combustion, what is type of combustion, how can we extinguish fire, and in this portion of the video, we are going to continue the same chapter from class 8th, and the topic covered is flame. What is a flame? A flame is a visible gaseous part of fire that we can see where combustion of fuel takes place. Dear students, I hope you all have seen so many fuels burning in front of you. Some burns with the flame and some glow red hot only. And even the color of flame is also different, like yellow, like blue. First of all, we are discussing why some fuel produces flame. The substances which vaporizes before burning produces flame. For example, kerosene. It is liquid in state, but whenever it burns, first it converts into its gaseous state, and then the vapors burns, and being light, they rises up along with the burning, producing the flame. Other example that you can see is molten wax. Actually, wax is solid at room temperature, but when we burn it, it melts into liquid state, and not in liquid state it burns, even it convert into gaseous state and the vapors burns whenever we burn candle, and they rise up as a flame, burning vapors. On the other hand, the substances which do not vaporize before burning does not produce any flame. For example, wood, charcoal. You might have observed burning of these fuel, they just glow red hot, they does not produce flame. And our next topic is the parts of candle flame and their characteristics. A candle flame consists of 3 zones or 3 parts depending upon the amount of air it receives. First is innermost dark zone, second is the middle luminous zone, and the third is outermost zone. First of all, we are talking about the innermost dark zone. Here are the characteristics of innermost dark zone. First, it is least hot. Its temperature is very low and its color is black. There is little or no supply of oxygen. Whenever there is no oxygen, so no burning takes place. That's why it is black in color and temperature is very low. The next part, this next zone of the candle flame is middle zone of partial combustion. It was the dark zone was of no combustion. Middle zone is of partial combustion. As its name indicates, combustion takes place over here but incomplete. Complete combustion and incomplete combustion, these are two types of combustion. In case of middle zone, the combustion which is taking place is incomplete. Here the temperature is moderate, not too high, not too low. Its color is yellow and the supply of oxygen is insufficient, means less supply of oxygen. Due to less supply of oxygen, the combustion is incomplete and the color of flame is yellow. As I just told you, flame has 2 colors, yellow or blue. Here you come to know now which part shows the yellow color. Whenever there is incomplete combustion take place, the flame's color will be yellow, and it happens due to insufficient supply of oxygen. Due to its yellow color, its bright one, that's why it is termed as luminous zone. It is termed as luminous zone. Third zone of candle flame is outer zone of complete combustion. Its name indicates complete combustion takes place over here. It means sufficient supply of oxygen must be there, and whenever complete combustion takes place, the color of flame will be blue and temperature will be highest. On that basis, it is the hottest zone of candle flame. It appears blue. There is sufficient supply of oxygen and complete combustion of fuel takes place, and it is non-luminous zone. Now let us observe all these characteristics with the help of diagram also. Here is the diagram of a candle flame, in which its three parts are shown. First is innermost zone of unburnt wax vapors. As I told you, no burning takes place and its color is black. Here is the portion which is innermost zone. Second zone is middle zone of partial combustion, whose color is yellow and it is moderately hot. This is the one. And the last, this one, that is outermost zone of complete combustion. Its color is blue and it is hottest part. Next, we are starting with this is fuel. What is a fuel? It was introduced in the very starting of the chapter also, when we learnt about combustion. Let us recall it again. A substance that produces heat and light when burnt in air is called fuel. Types of fuel. Depending upon their physical state, fuels can be classified into three types. First is solid fuel, second liquid fuel, and third is gaseous fuel. What are solid fuel? The fuel which exists in solid state at room temperature. Very common examples: wood, kettle dung cakes, coal. Next type is liquid fuel. There are many liquid fuels around us like petrol, diesel, kerosene that we are using in daily requirements, and the fuel we can define it as the fuel that exists in liquid state at room temperature. Third type is gaseous fuel. The fuels that exist in gaseous state at room temperature. For example, coal gas, natural gas, biogas. Next, we are continuing with the topic characteristics of a good fuel. How can we check कि any fuel is good or not? Here are few characteristics that help us to check whether a fuel is good or ideal. First, it should be of low cost. Readily available means it should be available to everyone easily. And the amount of heat it produces should be enough to do our work. That should be in good amount. And it should burn easily in air at moderate rate, means uniformly. It should be easily storable and safe to store and easy to handle and transport from one place to another. Even after burning, it must not leave any residue and should not produce any harmful product. These were the few characteristics of good fuel. Next topic is fuel efficiency. A fuel is efficient or not, it is determined on the basis of amount of heat produced. Any fuel which produces more amount of heat could be termed as an efficient fuel. Here in this table, you see the three types of fuel is shown and their examples like solid fuels, cow dung cakes, wood, coal, charcoal, liquids, petrol, diesel, kerosene, ethanol, fuel oil. Gases, biogas, methane, LPG, CNG, hydrogen. These are the examples of these three types of fuels along with their calorific values. You can see hydrogen, it has maximum calorific value in case of gaseous fuel. So it is more efficient fuel. So this is how we can guess which fuel is efficient. Now here we get one term, that is calorific value. Let us define the term calorific value. The amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kilogram of fuel is known as calorific value. Again, the amount of heat energy produced on complete combustion of 1 kilogram of fuel is known as calorific value, and its unit is kilojoule per kilogram. Means how much kilojoule of energy is released by 1 kilogram of any fuel, that equal to calorific value. More is the calorific value, more efficient is the fuel. Next is effects of burning of fuel on the environment. We are using fuel in our daily life. Of course, we are burning, whether at our home, whether in vehicles, whether in industries. And whenever we burn fuel, following effects are there on our environment. First of all, first point, the excessive use of wood as fuel requires cutting of more trees, and we all know cutting of trees is termed as deforestation. So whenever we are using wood as a fuel excessively, we are promoting deforestation, and deforestation is harmful for our environment. Second point, burning of carbon fuels. The fuels which contain carbon, such as coal, petroleum, wood, whenever these are burned, they release very fine particles of unburnt carbon, which causes respiratory diseases. And these fine particles of carbon remain suspended in the air, and when we inhale, they get entry in our body and causes respiratory diseases, and these fine suspended particles are called suspended particulate matter. SPM is its short form. Next point is incomplete combustion of carbon containing fuel releases a poisonous gas, that is carbon monoxide. I think you all are aware of difference between complete combustion and incomplete combustion till now. Here we are talking about incomplete combustion of fuel that contains carbon. Here, incomplete combustion means insufficient supply of oxygen, and due to lack of oxygen, carbon combines with oxygen to produce carbon monoxide, which is a poisonous gas. And it is fatal also, which can cause death if breathed in. In case of complete combustion, again carbon combined with oxygen, but in case of complete, the gas produced is carbon dioxide, which is not fatal, but still if it exceeds its limits, it is again harmful. As you know, the composition of our air, the percentage of carbon dioxide is 0.03%. Next point, burning of fuel. It releases carbon dioxide. As I was telling you, if the content of carbon dioxide exceeds its limits, exceeds its percentage, it causes global warming. How it causes global warming? We all know carbon dioxide is a major greenhouse gas. which results in greenhouse effect. That is, it traps the heat energy coming from sun. More is the carbon dioxide, more will be the trapping, more will be the temperature. Finally, it results in global warming. That is again harmful for our ecological balance. Last point, that is burning of fuel releases oxides of nitrogen, oxides of carbon and sulfur. These oxides are present in the air, in the environment. And whenever rain falls, these oxides combine with rainwater to form acid. And that rain which contain acid is known as acid rain. And this acid rain is harmful for soil, harmful for crops and buildings. Now, acid rain means the water is acidic, and when it falls on the soil, it changes the nature of soil to acidic, which is not good for vegetation like crops, other vegetation also. And whenever this acid rain fall on any building that is made up of marble, like Taj Mahal, or you can say many historical monuments which are mainly they are formed of marble, and this acid reacts with that marble and turn its color to yellowish and loses its shine. That monument loses its shine. Now that's over. Dear students, I hope you all understand well. Thank you.